We're the Charlatan here with this year's 2017 frosh headlining band, Marianas Trench. How are you guys doing tonight?
Fabulous.
Great.
Ecstatic.
The Carlton Charlatan?
Yeah, we're called the Charlatan.
We're very excited to be doing an interview here outside the bathroom.
It's where we do most of our interviews.
Yeah.
Well, and if you get really excited, it's right there.
Yeah, exactly. You guys excited to perform here at Carlton tonight?
Yeah. I was quite excited about this curious indoor field you guys have. We should do a show in there.
Yes. It would be dry, warm, and consistent.
Echoey.
And we could play soccer in the middle of it. Like, everybody gets to play a soccer match with us.
We would lose.
Oh, badly.
Horribly.
Sounds awesome, I guess. You guys are in the midst of doing a few university campus shows right now. How would you compare the university campus shows versus like your regular touring shows?
Well, it's funny because you sort of do it a little bit more of a lean production because you're just flying in, so it's not like the full touring production. But the fans are all really fired up, and you get this a really strong response. So it's tons of fun anyway. I actually like it a lot doing this style of show.
They're usually, I'm going to level with you, they're usually pretty drunken. They are. What do you want me to say?
That's it.
You're a little more informal, so it's a little bit more fun. It's just a little looser, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just more, it's more like a rock show.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like a rock show.
Now, you guys have actually been together for quite a number of years. What is it that has kept you guys together for so long?
Stupidity.
Contractual obligations.
And a good sense of humor. Yeah, we usually spend our days poking at some of the more stupid things that have happened to just laugh it off when you're bored or some things aren't going well. You kind of have to laugh about it instead of letting it get you down. And I think we're pretty good at laughing about that kind of stuff by now.
We're especially good at laughing at one of the other guys' discomforts or misfortunes.
That's the best
Very,
case
You know, like you always
much.
just. I think the key to surviving being in a band, and especially being on the road, is that someone is having a worse time than you.
Well, how would you describe the way you have evolved musically since your very first releases?
I think each album we sound a little bit like a different band. Like it still sounds like us, but I think we want to try and have every album sort of be its own identity. You know what I mean?
I think that's contributed to the longevity too, because it's fun to sort of change a little bit every album. You know,
Yeah.
like you change your sound up, so it kind of it's refreshing. I guess it doesn't allow
Less
it to
boredom.
become stagnant, or stale.
I think within the set you can tell that it doesn't feel like it's just one album throughout the whole thing. Each song feels like it's from a different era. So even as somebody attending the show, you get sort of different flavors of Marianas Trench throughout the concert.
And it's been almost 2 years, I think, since you guys released Astoria. What can we expect from you guys next?
After these college shows, we're straight into working on a new album. I've got one song done so far, but it's a good one.
It's a keeper.
And hopefully, my goal is that we're done a record this year for early release next year.
When you're performing, how does the crowd respond to the different songs, old songs versus new songs?
That's a good question.
But they usually do. I mean, if they're older songs, they're generally hits, so they usually go over pretty well.
Yeah, there's songs that people were singles, so people are more familiar with
I mean,
them.
we're not playing album tracks from the first record.
Right.
Come on in. No,
I'm
it's
open.
perfect.
Got a lot of traffic around here right now.
Perfect. That's how we like it.
Oh, hey.
All right, so we got just a few more questions here. I guess tonight you've got a lot of people who are going to be here tonight, and I've talked to a few people. A lot of them are dedicated, loyal fans. They've been following you for years. What sort of message would you have for them?
You got to get better taste. First of all, I don't like any band well, there was a girl at the show last night who you had to go to the school. You had to be a student to go to the show. So she enrolled in the fucking school.
Continuing education so she could get a ticket to the concert.
And I just
That's
think
dedication.
I think at that point you have to revisit your decision making stuff, because I mean I don't like anything enough to do that, let alone a band, let alone our band.
That being said, that's pretty impressive.
No, it's cool. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
All right, so last time I talked to you, we talked about how you learned a lot of lessons from Simple Plan when you opened with them.
Yeah.
And what sort of lessons did you learn from them, and what sort of lessons do you apply to the bands and artists that tour with you guys now?
A few things we learned from that band that we definitely still do. Just sort of how to be a classy headliner, you know, like whenever there's a band on tour that's opening for us, like the first show, we always leave a bottle of champagne in their dressing room and say welcome to the tour, and that's something we picked up from them.
You're friendly. You go to your way to make sure that everybody knows they're welcome on the tour. They're appreciated.
Yeah,
It makes a difference.
They're always just very respectful as people. Yeah, they go out of their way to say, you know.
I think it's important to conduct yourself that way backstage, like with other bands and with crew and stuff, because if everyone's a dick backstage and competitive, then the show itself suffers. And if we're all on the same team, then we're all working for a better show. You know what I mean? And life is more enjoyable because you are having fun and, you know, not hating your job and stuff.
Yeah, being on the road is like, it's a bit of a grind. If you can do anything to make it more fun, whether it's the people around you being happier, your crew being happier, it's just going to sort of perpetuate, and everybody's going to have a better life, like you're saying. So why would you want to do it any other way, really?
And also, the nicer you are to people, like crew guys and stuff, slowly you get a reputation of being a good band to work for and nice, and then you get all the best people.
All right, awesome. And I guess we'll wrap it up soon, but do you guys have any other things you want to add? Maybe a message to the incoming first years here at Charlatan? Or
Stay in school. Don't do our job.
I didn't go to post-secondary, so I don't have any advice.
I didn't finish high school.
Wow. We almost called ourselves the Scholars and realized.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for your time, and have a great show tonight. Have fun out there.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Take care. How would you describe the ways that people respond either to your old songs and